Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is 𝗬𝗏𝗍, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I really don't have a strong sense for what's going to be coming up exactly in today's reading, so I am really just going to let the energy carry the messages and see what wants to come through. While I'm shuffling, if you do want to contribute your energy in a stronger way, feel free to set some kind of intention for the reading. And of course, feel free to subscribe if you do want to be the first to get notified when I post new content, videos, and energy updates. Okay, so what can I channel for all of the beautiful people tuned in to today's reading? The first card we have is 𝗬𝗬𝗶𝗶𝘀. So I'm picking up on a collective that is, well, this is interesting because at the bottom of the deck, I have the thinking man. So right away, I feel like, well, there are a few different messages coming up here, but one message seems to be that, and by the way, I like to say this at the beginning, but I will be channeling many different people, energies, and different collectives. So please be sure to always use your intuition and only take what resonates with you in a personal way. Of course, that intuition really is the compass of your life experience. And it's my goal through these readings to just help reconnect you with that intuitive voice within yourself. So first of all, I'm getting a message that for a specific divine feminine that I'm tuned into here, there seems to be a masculine energy very fixated on you who is manifesting you right now. So there seems to be someone who wants to get closer to you or wants to have a closer connection to you. Now, right away, I'm feeling a softness about this person's energy. So their heart is very soft and open towards you. I'm also getting that this would be the kind of masculine that would be very open. By the way, I was getting the names Emily and also Thomas when I started this reading, but I feel like this would be the kind of masculine to be very open about how they're feeling towards you, someone very expressive of their emotions. So for some of you, if that doesn't fit a description of someone that you know personally, then this could be someone that you haven't met yet or that you've met in passing, or someone who's interested in you kind of like peripherally, meaning there's some kind of connection or link between the two of you, whether it's mutual friends, maybe it's a work environment or something of that nature, a social environment. I feel like there's some link connecting the two of you that will soon make itself evident or obvious. And again, this is someone who either has been focused on you on a soul level, a higher self level, even if their human self hasn't met you yet, or this is someone that you know who is very single-mindedly focused about you. Now, that's another trademark. My guides are saying, first of all, this is someone who, like we said, will be very soft and open with you. Their heart will feel really open, and they'll also be really emotionally expressive. Now, what I'm picking up here is for a divine feminine listening, I'm getting this may be a divine feminine reading for some of you listening. So I will most likely put that in the title of the videos so you find it more easily. I'm getting that you may be someone who has worked with crystals recently. That won't be for everyone. But what I'm getting is you are someone who has this uncanny ability to sense how open someone else's heart is. And the interesting thing about this is very often when you are in a conversation with someone, whether it's a friend, a stranger, a romantic person in your life, you can actually sense intuitively how open that person's heart is to your heart energy. And so when their heart is a bit closed, you will kind of adjust your level of access to you accordingly, meaning you're not going to share your deepest dreams, goals, desires, things that really come from deep within your own heart with someone who doesn't have the space to hold those things right now, someone who might have their heart a little bit more closed right now. So I feel that very often you have this ability to intuitively kind of know in a moment how open someone is and to share with them accordingly. And the guides are saying this is actually a profound gift. And it doesn't mean that you're being inauthentic. It means that you're very wise and you don't give access to your energy, especially those most rare, sacred parts of your energy, to people that you can sense are going to project onto you in some way. I feel like you know what level of openness to have with someone intuitively in a conversation. Even with a stranger, sometimes when you're talking to a stranger, you may feel guided to share something with them that is really deeply from your heart, that comes from a core place within yourself. Even if they're a stranger, and you may think, why did I tell that person that? Or why did I share that with them? But there's always a reason, truly, because you do have this ability to know how open someone else is, how receptive someone else is to your own heart-based energy. And anyway, I feel like this was a long-winded way of saying that there have been masculine energies who have wanted more access from you, but haven't offered the capacity in their own heart to be able to hold and support that level of access. And you've sensed that. The thing is, sometimes people will project onto you when you naturally adjust their level of access to you. They might say you're being cold or you're being harsh, or I just can't seem to get through to you. Or sometimes they may say that they feel like they never really get to know you on a deeper level, or you won't open up to them. The thing is, it's not that you don't have the capacity or the wherewithal to open up. It's that you have the beautiful intuitive ability to know how the other person is going to be able to receive that openness or not. So someone has to earn that level of access to you through the openness that they show within themselves. Now, all of this is to say this masculine coming through here seems to be a person that you naturally feel soft around. They almost seem to bring out your feminine side. I'm seeing something about the color pink, and it reminds me of the kind of cliche that was going around the internet not so long ago about how when a man or when a woman or a divine feminine is with a man or a masculine energy, that makes her feel really safe to be feminine, to lean into that feminine side. Sometimes one sign of this will be she can go from really hating the color pink to actually wanting to wear it or liking it more. Of course, this is just a total kind of fun blanket statement, not necessarily a truism. Maybe some of you do have some kind of experience with this, not necessarily with the color, but where maybe you were around someone that you felt so safe with and so able to be soft with and to lean into your feminine side that they brought out parts of you that you didn't know were there. That's a really beautiful thing that really balanced, soul-aligned connections can do for us, whether it's in a friendship or a relationship. It can be really healing for us in that way. And I feel as though this masculine coming through is someone who deeply heals your soul. Now, you are someone who does a lot of self-healing, but I'm hearing that there's a kind of healing that can only take place in the presence of another person. It's the kind of healing where you are feeling so externally seen and supported and held and cared for by another physical person that it heals and opens and activates a part of your inner self. And I feel that kind of healing happening in you through this masculine, through this connection. There's such a softness here. They seem to be very generous with you as well. They want to care for you in any way that they can. I'm hearing they attend to your needs. It's like they're very attuned to what you need. what you desire, and they have this desire within themselves to honor and to respect you and to give to you. That will be something very noticeable about this person or about this connection. And I'm getting that for some of you, you've been so accustomed to being the one in connections, in friendships, who is very generous, very giving, who cares for the people around you, that it may actually feel a bit uncomfortable at first to be the one receiving from another person. And so part of what this masculine seems to be healing within you is your receptive energy, helping you to open yourself to actually receiving more from another person. And in a way, it's almost like the universe is gifting to you through this person and through this connection as well. So this is a really interesting energy. Let me know if this is connecting for you. Does this feel resonant? I love to hear from you in the comments. Again, this may be someone that you've been manifesting or kind of sensing subconsciously, but that you haven't met yet. Strength in the reverse position. Yeah, so what is this other card coming out here? Strength reversed and Knight of Wands in the upright position. So someone is struggling with a little bit of self-doubt, maybe feeling a little bit more raw or vulnerable lately. And it's like you're being asked to be courageous and passionate within something, to let your passion lead you forward in a free-spirited way, to allow yourself to move with the flow of this in order to overcome this bit of self-doubt that you may be feeling. I'm going to channel more into this energy. I'm wondering if this connects with that cornucopia card as well. I said when it comes to that masculine we were looking into, this may be them manifesting you, but this also is a general card of magic and manifestation. And I do feel like there is a very powerful manifestational energy around you right now. You seem to be in this really positively magnetic state of being, but also potentially feeling vulnerabilities or senses of self-doubt surfacing from time to time through this. There's almost like a conflict here between the passion and the free-spiritedness and the excitement that's pulling you forward and these feelings of self-doubt that seem to come up from time to time. And yet through all of it, you have this really magnetic energy around you. So I want to know a bit more on what are you manifesting right now? What are you so positively magnetic for? Once again, we have that Knight of Wands energy. It's like your own passion is your magnetism, your own bravery, your confidence, your desire for adventure, these inspired action steps you're taking forward. That seems to be creating this magnetic energy around you, but also it's like a two-sided message because your passion is making you very magnetic in a positive sense for the things you desire, but equally, part of what you are drawing into your life right now, part of what you are magnetic for is more passion, is more adventure, are these inspired moments of breakthrough where you get ideas for action steps forward. I also see with the Page of Wands in the upright position that there seems to be some kind of new energy coming into your system or into your life. And right as I said that, we pulled the Lovers card. So wow, I have gotten the Lovers so many times in the last few readings on this channel, and that really tells me that for some of you, you are attracting in or on the brink of attracting in a very powerful romantic connection. And I'm hearing the one, like whether this is someone from your past or someone coming in that's new, this feels like a person that has the one energy where you're going to feel like, I've waited my whole life for this. This is everything I've ever wanted. And it's a result of some kind of healing journey that you've taken within yourself. I just feel like you're entering this era of deep fulfillment in your love life. And I have to say that for some of you listening, I feel as though there may be some skepticism, which is very natural because I feel like you've been through a really difficult time in your love life, especially. You've had to learn a lot of hard lessons around self-love, but through experiences in love that may have been really, really difficult. And I also feel as though because of things that happened in your love life, you were pushed into this journey of self-love within yourself that was very lonely at times, but also deeply healing. And you may have come to a point where you were just apathetic or just kind of going with the flow of your love life, or thinking, you know what, I give up, I surrender this to the universe, I'm happy on my own, whatever happens, happens. I feel like for the thread of energy I'm picking up on here, that's almost the energy that you are in. And then boom, out of nowhere, there's this powerful manifestation in your love life that's undeniable. It keeps coming up in the cards. But I feel like if you are skeptical about that part of the message, that's actually a sign this very message may be for you. I feel like this is for a collective that has felt a little bit skeptical about good things coming in love. Maybe everything has kind of felt the same, or you really have no idea where your love life is going. That's exactly the group I feel I'm speaking to here, that is about to experience something really powerful in love that's going to move you forward or resolve some kind of question within you. With the Five of Swords reversed, I almost feel as though for this person, you've been kind of isolating yourself, not in a negative sense, but you've been in the deep, wise energy of the Hermit, where you've been exploring your spiritual side. I'm hearing celibacy. Maybe you've been celibate. Maybe you've been really focused on yourself instead of focused externally on love, dating, or romance. Again, this won't be for everyone. I feel like I'm getting a very specific group here. And with the High Priestess, through all of this, your intuition has sharpened to such a high degree. I feel like you've really opened your psychic gifts and abilities. And part of how you've been able to do this is through allowing yourself in this time and this space that has looked like an isolation for others, but for you has been this deep, beautiful, personal, spiritual exploration. I'm also hearing it's such a privilege to have the time and space to be able to go on such a journey. I feel that if you're a divine feminine, you have feminine ancestors that came before you that are cheering you on because you are doing something they quite literally never had the privilege to do, which is to be able to choose to go through a period of time where they are, or I should say where you are alone, but deeply connecting with yourself, finding yourself on the deepest level through all of that, opening up these psychic gifts. I have to say, I feel like you are really aligning with a version of yourself that you used to only be able to catch in flashes and glimpses that almost felt like fantasies. And you most likely have been having these almost deja vu moments lately where you're like, whoa, I feel like I am becoming that person. I'm hearing becoming her, like becoming that person that I envisioned myself into so long ago. For some reason, I'm seeing a young girl who is like drawing or sketching, and she's actually drawing a picture of her in the future, whether she realizes it or not. So maybe this represents that like you are a creation of your inner child in the best way. Like you are the person that your inner child, that purest form of yourself before the world told you who you were going to be, that version of you imagined that one day he or she would grow up and be you and be like you. And you are now embodying that future version of yourself that your inner child imagined. And this is such a rare experience in this world. Most people abandon those dreams of their inner child, but you are fulfilling them. And yes, that path has looked unconventional. Many people have judged it. People around you have not understood it, but it's also so, so profoundly beautiful. I'm hearing it only takes one to change a generation or to change generations that come after you. I feel like there are things you are doing that don't even fully make sense to you on a conscious level, but you also have a sense that they're important. I'm seeing letters for some reason, like mailing a letter. But I'm seeing that for some divine feminine listening, you spend a lot of time in the energetic realm, in the spiritual realm. What I mean by that is you may spend a lot of time either meditating, creating, journaling, doing shadow work, doing inner child work, healing yourself in some way. And of course, that process of inner healing looks so different from person to person. But I feel like you spend a good chunk of time during the day doing some kind of energy work, energy clearing work, shifting work, or manifesting, whatever this looks like for you. This may even be like writing, drawing, singing, painting, creating, building. But I feel that this time that you spend doing whatever it is you're doing that takes you into the energetic realm or the spiritual realm is actually where everything is happening for you. It's where all of the movement forward takes place. And then everything else in your life is just a byproduct physically. Every conversation, interaction, inspired action step, idea, everything you do physically throughout the day actually seems to flow from that space or that slot of time where you are doing something in the energy realm. Now, for some of you, this may be just 20 minutes of meditation. This may be getting out into nature for a period of time every day for a walk, or doing yoga, some form of exercise, doing something creative. But I feel while whatever this is may look non-essential to people seeing things through a 3D lens, it is actually where all of your so-called work is happening. It's where the true energy shift is taking place, and everything else in your life is just physical reality catching up to those energy shifts. So prioritize whatever that is, or keep prioritizing it. I feel like it's building a kind of momentum as well, day by day. There's something about carving out that bit of time for yourself as much as you can every single day, and how that actually builds a cumulative momentum. So what else can I channel for all of the beautiful divine feminines tuned into? Ooh, something came out from the deck. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands upright. Someone could have fire sign energy here. And of course, at the bottom of the deck, we have none other than the Empress. The Empress is, of course, the epitome of the awakened, embodied, divine feminine, being you in this scenario, of course. And with the Eight of Wands, I see this really representing fast changes or momentum building in your life. Now, this is funny because we were just talking about those daily times where you spend time in the energy realm or shift energy in some way, having a cumulative effect when you do them day after day that builds a momentum. So maybe this card is related to that. But I also see there is a general momentum building in your life that is starting to show physically. It seems like there are seeds that you planted, seeds of dreams or ideas. This may play back into that deja vu feeling we were talking about, where you notice things showing up in your reality that you consciously or unconsciously asked for, planted like a seed, envisioned into place so long ago, that are now showing up in your reality. I just see things beginning to pop into your reality that are connected to dreams, visions, or ideas from the past. And I feel like this brings in a lot of excitement as well. We just can't get away from this Knight of Wands energy. I mean, okay, we need to talk about this. I feel like my guides are saying there's more to this card, because we've talked about this being your passion, your excitement, taking inspired action forward, being confident in yourself. That all connects internally, but I feel like the guides keep pushing this card through because there's also an external masculine energy coming through on this card. Of course, it is the Knight of Wands, so it tends to carry more of a masculine energy charge. Take it how it resonates. But I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle and actually tune into this, because I feel like there's an external person like trying to push their way into the reading here. Maybe this is someone who's been pushy in your own mind or your own energy. So someone that you've tried to forget or let go of, and it's like they somehow keep pushing their way back into your mind or back into your energy field. Give me just 1 second, because I'm actually feeling inspired to use the Love Word Scramble, which I haven't used in a really long time. So actually, I think I did use this in 1 or 2 mini readings last week. But prior to using it recently, I hadn't used this tool in like a while. I think I took like a break for a year or a few years from it. So anyway, there is, let's say for some of you, this is an external masculine energy because clearly they've been very pushy in the reading, letting me know there is a more literal interpretation of this card as well as that internal interpretation. The name Smith came out here. Also the word rise, like this person is rising to the challenge or rising into action. The word village came out here. The word yourself, and I heard be yourself. It feels like this is someone who is very, very attracted to your heart and the expression of your heart, like your most authentic version of self. This seems to be a person who is having an emotional awakening right now. So what I mean by that is they've had feelings for you beneath the surface, but they're now becoming fully conscious of those feelings. And I'm hearing, what am I going to do about this? Like this person is thinking to themselves, I need to do something about these emotions that are coming up for divine feminine. Their intuition has been trying to speak to them for a long time. Yeah. And they were stalling with the Hanged Man reversed, and with the Chariot reversed, they were almost like trying to control their own feelings, trying to control what their intuition was telling them or force it kind of to the back of their mind. They were definitely in this state of pretending that they were apathetic or stalling. They may have even acted like they were not interested in you. I'm seeing this person may have feigned disinterest. I'm getting something about the country of Egypt for some reason. Also the word coffee, the word pine trees could be significant. Yeah, this is interesting. When I was trying to read into why this person was stalling, why they were pretending to be apathetic, trying to push these feelings for you to the side, we got the 4 of Pentacles. So they were really focused on something physical or material that I'm hearing was right in front of them that they didn't want to let go of, that provided them some kind of stability. And somehow their feelings for you would have been contradictory to that perceived stability. So this could have been because of another relationship, if that was at play here. Maybe for them it was a lifestyle or a version of themselves or a job or a location. But I feel like there was something in their life that they were focused on that provided them a false sense of stability, but also created this apathy within them. When they were apathetic towards you, or feigning apathy, I should say, it was automatically causing them to feel apathetic in their life generally, because it's almost like to disconnect from you, this person had to turn off their emotions entirely for a period of time, or do their best to do that. Of course, no one can really do that 100%, but it's like, because anytime their heart would start to open, boom, it would automatically reconnect them with you because you were there in their heart space as well. So they weren't able to just pick and choose what authentic emotions they were feeling. If they were in an authentic state of emotional feeling and expression, they automatically were going to start realizing their feelings for you. And ultimately, I feel like they just reached some kind of breaking point where they couldn't hold that back anymore. And right as I said breaking point, the 9 of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. And I feel like this almost happened quietly, meaning you may not even be aware that this person reached this breaking point. You may have moved forward with your life. You may not even know that they're going through this emotional awakening, kind of having this emotional crisis moment within themselves where they're fully reconnecting with and almost like indulging in these feelings about you that they were holding back for so long. Another message I'm getting is you processed the emotions that you had for this person early in this connection, because you are someone who's very connected to your own heart. And like I said, when you are someone who lives from the heart, you're going to feel everything, every soul connection, every soulmate who enters your life platonically or romantically, every meaningful encounter, every beautiful thing that moves you to tears or strikes you emotionally in some kind of way. You are going to feel it all. And this can be a blessing and a curse at times, because sometimes, of course, we can have those moments of wishing that we could just turn it off and save it for later and integrate it later down the line. But also, a blessing about this is we actually process things as they happen. And this means that we are allowed to, I should say, we have access to our entire energetic field because we're not keeping parts of ourselves kind of like locked away subconsciously to process later. This actually allows us to have more full, complete presence in a conversation, in an interaction with our life. Generally, this allows us to just be more fully present because we have been doing that full emotional processing. People who are holding back a lot of emotion, it's like they slowly chip away at that sense of wholeness and presentness in the moment, because they can't fully be present with everything that they're feeling because some of that is being kind of hidden from themselves, if that makes sense. Like they're not willing to look at it. So someone who is self-possessed, self-aware, willing to process things as they happen in the moment, as you are, is someone who carries a very magnetic energetic field because they are fully alive and here and present and whole in the moment. And that is part of why you leave such a strong impression energetically on others and why so many others are so magnetically drawn to you, because they can sense that you are someone who leads with your entire heart, your entire energy. You feel everything. So it's actually such a beautiful quality about you, even though it does come with its challenges at times. Anyway, I feel like you, as you do, processed everything you were feeling for this person initially, and it wasn't easy. In fact, I'm getting this may have been one of the strongest soul connections that you ever had to feel or process. I'm seeing that it literally most likely moved you to tears, maybe more than once. Even in the person's presence, like just seeing them, you were feeling this, whoa, I know you from past lifetimes. This is a very intense connection. I'm feeling a lot here. And I feel that when this person kind of tried to shove down those feelings within themselves, that actually created its own grief that you had to process. But you did all of that. You've like gotten through the other side of that processing. Not to say you still don't feel this person from time to time, but I feel like you've really gotten clear within yourself. You've shifted your focus in a way. And this person is now feeling everything that they didn't process when the two of you first connected. All of those things that you were feeling so intensely, if that makes sense. So I am going to carry this forward to the extended version of the reading. We're going to look into exactly what this person is processing so heavily, what they're feeling so strongly about you emotionally, as well as how the situation may move forward, anything else that's relevant here. So if you do want to continue with me to the extended, the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. You can listen either on Patreon or on YouTube memberships, so those links are below. Otherwise, I am going to go ahead and close this reading here. If you did connect with my energy, I would love for you to subscribe. Otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love. Have a beautiful remainder of your day, and I will connect with you here again in the next reading on Wednesday.